Welcome back and welcome to the weekend. TGIF, the weather looks great through this weekend. Temperatures, though, moderating, still a little bit too dry, and that persists for quite a while longer. Meanwhile, the tropics are getting a little heated up as well. So let's get over to the Key Wall and talk about it and see what's going on. And again, ridge of high pressure dominating over the eastern U.S. and the upper parts of the atmosphere. And then another little bit of an upper level ridge out in the Gulf of Mexico. And that's what you want when something's trying to develop in the northwest Caribbean. We'll get to that in just a bit. Meanwhile, as we look at the surface features, you can see that big high pressure ridge dominating much of the eastern half of the U.S. from the Mississippi Valley on eastward, and then around the periphery of that high, moisture coming out of the Gulf and the Pacific feeding showers, and at elevation, snow. In fact, there was some snow in around the Grand Canyon area earlier today. Some winter weather advisories up through the Colorado Rockies, through Utah, Colorado, and then up through portions of Wyoming. And then more snow on the way farther to the north, and pretty heavy rains for the Pacific Northwest. That's going to be the active part of the U.S. in the days to come. Meanwhile, locally, generally fair skies, some high level and mid level clouds moving on through, and some stratiform clouds out in the Gulf, but by and large, fair conditions across the area. And if you missed it yesterday, we got the new drought update for the area, and you can see again, we're in a moderate drought, and in some cases over toward Jeff Davis, Allen, portions of Cameron, Calcasieu Parish in a severe drought. So the dry pattern, we haven't really got significant rain since the first week of September. So it's getting a little long now, and the rainfall's really tailed off since the summer. So unfortunately, we're heading into the fall with a dry pattern. As we showed you yesterday, expect to be dry through a good part of the winter months. Meanwhile, in the tropics, this one tropical system not doing much, still a low end chance. And as I've been telling you over the last couple of days, even though the Hurricane Center was keeping low odds on this system from developing, they raised the odds to 40% last night, 50% this morning, then 70% this afternoon. And by 4 o'clock, they decided, well, we're going to have to issue tropical storm watches and warnings for portions of the Yucatan down through Belize. So this is a potential tropical cyclone, slowly getting organized. 35-mile-per-hour winds, could become a tropical storm prior to landfall during the day tomorrow. If so, the name would be Nadine. It's going to make landfall in Belize, but there's going to be plenty of rain across this region through the Yucatan and into Mexico. So this is going to be a wet weather system, but stays well south of us and no impacts on our area at all. Meanwhile, close to home, fair skies, temperatures again pushing into the low to mid 80s. Temperature wise tonight will be dropping down, not as cool, but will be cool, getting down into the 50s in most spots, upper 40s off to the north. Then tomorrow afternoon, warming up nicely into the lower 80s with mostly sunny skies. So overnight tonight, we'll go 56 for your overnight low. Right now, the moon's at 97%, 96% later on tonight, and it really looks great when it's coming up on the horizon. I think the moon rise is going to be closer to about 7:30 or quarter to 8 in around there. I don't know that exactly for sure, but look for it on the western horizon. 83 the projected high for tomorrow with mostly sunny skies, and it stays a dry forecast. Temperatures gradually warming up into next week with almost a touch of summer in the air, but not quite there, and staying dry through the next 10 days. Maybe a shower or two just before Halloween, but that's a little bit beyond the 10-day forecast. That's it for weather for now. We'll have more a little bit later on.